Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Today we'll be going over data types and records, which is 10.1 of CAIE paper 2. So, first of all, what we need to know is a data type. So, first of all, we have been familiar with the word variable, and variable is a placeholder where you store your data. So, these variables do require a data type on which kind of data are you trying to store. So we'll go over the basics, which kinds of data types do we have. So I'm gonna list them down. So our data types for these variables are Boolean, integer, real, string, char, and date. So apart from this, we need to understand what these data types mean. So starting off with Boolean, so it can be a logical value. So and an integer can be a whole number, which can be positive or negative. Real number can be a number with decimals. So we're gonna write a number with decimals. A string can be a sequence of alphanumeric characters. A sequence of alphanumeric characters. And for a char, it is just a single character. So just a single character. And a date can be a value to represent a date. So these are what the data types mean. So now we are gonna go over an example for each of these. So for Boolean, it can be either true, false. For integer, it can be something like 30 or 25, 5. A real number can be something like a 26.5. It involves a decimal place between them. A string is always written inside of two quotation marks. So it can be something like my name. And I'm gonna end this with two quotation marks as well. For a char, it should be in a single quotation mark. It can be something like this. And a date can be, let's say, today's date. So whatever the date is. So something like this. So these are the data types which are present inside of our CIE current syllabus. Apart from that, what we need to know is how to declare these variables inside of a pseudocode. So we use the keyword of declare, and then we write our identifier, meaning our variable name, and then we write the data type for it. So this is the general construct. So let's try declaring any variable. So I'm going to declare a variable, so I'm going to use the keyword declare. It can be my birthday, and I can give it, since it's my birthday, so I'm going to give it the data type of a date. Apart from that, I'm going to declare username. So a username is usually a string, so something like this. Okay, so continuing on with this, so the next thing we should be aware about is what a record is. So this is the next thing in terms of the syllabus that you should be aware about. So basically what we need to know for records is that a record contains a bunch of variables which have been defined as a data type. Okay, so here is the definition for a record. And now what we need to be aware about is how we are going to use the records. So take for example, I want to record something related to a book. So I'll use the keyword type. I'm gonna name the record, which is the type name, and then I'm gonna declare multiple variables that I want inside of that record. So maybe I want a title, so that's going to be a string. Maybe I want to know the detail if it's a fictional book or not, So fictional book, and this can be a Boolean. Apart from that, I want to know the number of pages inside this book. So number of pages, and that can be Boolean as well. Oh, sorry, that can be integer. My bad. So this is going to be integer. So apart from this is how you uh, write down something inside a record. And since you have started from type, so we're gonna end it with end type. Okay, continuing onwards. So after we have done this, we are gonna declare this T book record, and we are gonna declare the first book of this T book record. So I'm gonna use this declare keyword. I'm gonna have it as book 1 of T book record. So, and when I need to add values to this, so I'm just gonna write book 1 dot title. And for example, my title is Harry Potter and it's a string, so it's gonna come in quotation marks, and I'm gonna write Harry Potter. Apart from that, if I want to add the number of pages, I'm gonna write book 1 number of pages. And since this is an integer value rather than a string value, it's just gonna be a number. So for example, it has 300 pages. So this is how you work with records. You first declare what kind of data types are going to be present with certain variables, and then you're going to end type, then you're going to declare the first book or something like that, a student record or a student one record. So and then after that you're going to add values to it.